Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Dwi Cynthia. My student number is 058. I'm from English Literature major, of course, in Airlangga University. So, in this moment, I want to discuss about the impact of the pandemic on low-income students in Indonesia. So I want to discuss about this topic. And do you know when COVID-19 come in Indonesia? Actually, COVID in Indonesia has started to enter in early January 2020. However, the Indonesian government does not immediately close access in and out of and to Wuhan, such as Batam, Jakarta, Denpasar, and Manado, Makassar. It made the virus begin to spread in every city in Indonesia. Then it was announced that on March 2, 2020, COVID was declared in Indonesia. So, what fields are affected by COVID-19? For the first is economy. In order to prevent the spread of COVID-19, many companies are vacuuming and even out of business. In the end, people live in fairly limited economic conditions because the available jobs are not enough to fulfill their daily lives. For the second is politics. In the political field was influential when there were election activities such as the election for governor at that time. The selection was carried out in a slightly different manner with very limited time so as not to reduce crowding. For the third is education. Students in Indonesia are simultaneously transferred to online learning, which is learning at home. This also greatly disturbs the level of students' understanding of the material provided by the teacher or lecturer because they cannot interact directly like schools and college in general. So for the last one is social and cultural. When there are socialization activities in the community, interaction is reduced because people are not allowed to hang out in groups and must maintain a distance or social keep distancing keep social distancing. This also has an impact on the culture in each place where crowds are prohibited, such as celebrating holidays or other traditions. But this time, I will only discuss the impact the impact of the pandemic on education, just education in Indonesia. So, any question that is online learning in Indonesia effective enough for students? Of course not effective because actually when the government issued an online learning policy, they were not prepared for it. For example, the government in America has prepared tab- tab- tablet for students to be able to do online learning, whereas in Indonesia it consists of various kinds of families with different backgrounds. Lucky if the students come from parents who have sufficient, then what about those who have low incomes? So for those who don't have a cell phone, tablet or laptop, they have to buy. For those who don't have a quota, they have to buy it too. While the position of their parent is also not working. A few months ago, during the new normal, there were only a few jobs that were still open. Even then, it is not necessarily sufficient and, of course, also time consuming for students who are also working hard for their lives. With low income, they have to divide their time between work and learning activities. In the end, the student cannot study optimally. So, online online learning is not effective because it spends time when she or he learning that is disturb their learning. And that's all for me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.